Hey guys, Mike coming back again with another PC update video. Just want to show a few of my recent pickups and a major acquisition that my buddy Brian has alluded to in his recent video and pickup for a tough 1936 worldwide gum, Greenberg. We'll get into that a little bit later. I do want to show a few other pieces. Um, Starting off here was a present from a friend of mine, Jason. Jason, thank you so much for this card. It's a Diamond Kings from this year, Artist Proof Johnny Bench. I did not have that, and it's very kind of you to think of me and send that. So thank you very much, Jason. I really appreciate that. Beautiful card. And another, I like all kinds of interesting things to add to the Bench and Greenberg collection. This is a cello pack from 1983, unopened with Bench on the front. I remember buying cello pack when I was a kid. I started collecting in 1977, and I think these were like 25 or 35 cents a pack. And I started cutting grass as a teenager, young teenager, and started buying these cards at the local drugstore. They would get them in boxes of these every week throughout the baseball season. I must have opened hundreds of these cello packs in 77 and somewhat in 78. But little did I know that these would have been worth a lot more just to never have opened, as these things can sell for $30, $40, $50 a pack from the 70s. But I've got a few of these now, so I'll add this to the collection from 83. I'm going to have to dig them all out one day and I'll show you guys. But I love stuff like that. And I got back from Manny my ticket stub from Detroit, it's June 12th, 1983. The Detroit Tigers retired Charlie Gehringer and Hank Greenberg's jersey numbers. And there's the ticket I just got back. The previous ticket I had was encased, but it just mentioned Gehringer on it. So I sent it back in through Manny to get the to get PSA to add Gehringer and add Greenberg to the ticket. So now it reads Tigers retire C. Gehringer number 2 and H. Greenberg's number 5. And the ticket stub. And here's some pictures I had from earlier at that ceremony. Hank. There's a beautiful shot of Hank and Charlie receiving their jerseys from the Tigers and being retired. Just beautiful. And there's a picture of Hank at the podium doing his acceptance speech. This is just beautiful. This is just a few years before Hank passed away. But would love to get some more pictures from that retirement celebration. I got all these from one seller. This one's actually cool because this one's actually signed by Hank. So, very cool. And I just got this in. This is a beautiful 1947 original photograph of Hank. The back of it doesn't mention who or where or why, but it's just a beautiful picture. And it's got a fantastic autograph on it. And best wishes, Hank Greenberg, with the vintage signature. I'm going to have to study that signature more. I know as he retired after next year, he would take the G and he'd go to the right, but it'd be real thin and long. This one's in kind of another variation. I'm going to have to see if that goes through the 47 during that year very much. But regardless, it's a beautiful original photograph with an original signature, and I'm sure that's from 47 too. So I'd like to figure out where it came from or some information like that eventually. And then the final couple pieces are what Brian had mentioned earlier in his video. A few years ago, we were at the National, And I picked up that 1936 Worldwide Gum Canadian Gaudi of Greenberg. He had a 2 and a 3.5 PSA, and I did hem and haw quite a bit before deciding on the 3.5. At the time, it was the most I'd ever spent for a card, but I went straight over to SGC, had it slabbed. It came back that 3 that Brian showed you, and it's been in the collection, of course, these few years. And I just updated that Worldwide Gum, and I'll show you that in just a minute. In the trade, Brian sent me, it was a cash and card trade. He sent me cash and this beautiful 1934-35 American League Champions postcard. I didn't have this one, and Brian had a couple, so it worked out really good for him and for me. I think I've got, this is my 6th postcard from the 34-35 era for Detroit. And you got some Hall of Famers on here. Of course, there's Hank. You got Mickey Cochran, Black Mike, Charles Gehringer, Goose Goslin down there. Some beautiful beautiful car. So thank you, Brian, for doing that trade. I'm so glad that that card stayed in our family, so to speak. Me and Brian have been buddies collecting Hank for a long time now, many years. And Sean's recently kind of grown into that family too, so it's a threesome now. And just really enjoy the camaraderie and helping each other out. I'm glad that glad that Worldwide Gum stayed in our group, and I hope Brian will cherish that for many years. And I'll show you now the one I got. And this is it. This is a 1936 Worldwide Gum. This is slabbed SGC in a 80 or a 6. Excellent mint. It's been on eBay for quite some time now. And I've always thought about buying it, but the money never worked out such. Centering's not perfect, as you can see. It's not bad. And the main thing about this card is the condition. The corners on this thing are really nice. Pretty sharp, considering. And the image is as clean as can be. Like I said, nice corners on it. Beautiful card. Very bold. Just gorgeous. So thank you to Matt who sold me this card and for the good deal on it. I'm old. I like these old SGC holders. When I first started, it was this green bordered one. The one you're looking at, that's my favorite holder. I think SGC back at that time, they were the strictest graders. They still might be, but compared to PSA at the time, they graded, to me, I always thought about a half grade harder than PSA did. Today, maybe that gap's narrowed. I'm not for sure. A lot of PSA guys tell me that PSA has been tougher lately or in recent years, so maybe the gap's closed there, but I don't think anybody graded as hard as SGC did back in, I guess this would have been the early 2010s, probably about 10 to 15 years ago. But just love this card. Glad to have it in a 6 now. Trying to upgrade all of them as I can. And I'm so glad Brian's got my 3. And it's a beautiful card. Well, thanks for watching. I hope everybody's doing great. And enjoying the World Series. I think it's going to be a great series. I can't believe that Game 1 was last night as I'm filming this video, and I can't believe the Phillies came back to win, so I don't count them out. But it's thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you're doing well, and we'll do it again, Lord willing. Thank you. Bye-bye.